Hello, and welcome to Your Vote Counts, a public service program for the May 19 primary election that is being produced by Capital Community Media, a multimedia center that provides local content, education, and a platform for diverse community voices in the greater Salem area, and the League of Women Voters, Marion, Polk counties, a nonpartisan political organization advocating for voting rights, government transparency, and public education. All candidates for the position of Polk County Commissioner 3 were invited, and we will be hearing from Steve in our interview. The candidate was asked to prepare a 2-minute opening statement telling about themselves, their qualifications, and why they chose to run the office. I am Karen Williams, your moderator from the League of Women Voters, and I would like to introduce candidate Steve Milligan to share their opening remarks.
Hi, I'm Steve Milligan, and I'm running for Polk County Commissioner, position 3. I have a vast array of experience in public service, from being a Monmouth City Councilor for 12 years, mayor for 2 years, served on the school board for Central School District, and was on their budget committee for 8 years. Currently, I'm the Polk County Treasurer, and one of the reason I'm running is as Polk County Treasurer, I've been obstructed from doing that job, and I currently have successfully won a lawsuit with the county. However, the winning a lawsuit doesn't mean anything changes, and nothing's changed. So currently I'm running so that we can get a change in the leadership and to bring honest leadership to Polk County.
Thank you for sharing that information with us. The questions for our candidate today were developed in collaboration with the AAUW and League members. Candidates did not receive questions ahead of this interview. The candidate's responses to the individual questions will not be timed. Now let's give candidate Steve Milligan an opportunity to address questions of concern to our community. Okay, question number 1. What is the role of the county in local and statewide discussions addressing drought and water needs?
So the role that the county would play in that is to communicate the needs of the county, work in conjunction with the cities and the state as far as water rights go, and to determine what the future is for water and how to make sure that enough is maintained for the long-term health and well-being of Polk County.
Okay. Question 2, with budget changes and needs, how will issues like fairgrounds operations be addressed?
So that's a good question. One of the things that I have talked with a few people about is actually looking at possibly pulling the fairgrounds out of the budget for Polk County and making it its own taxing district, so that it could be funded and not have to compete in a general fund with all the other monies that need to go to the different departments. And so that there's never a competition, there's the money that gets there. Similar to fire districts and the 4-H district.
Okay, question 3. What resources does Polk County have for addiction and mental health services?
The county itself works through the Department of Human Services and has the drug court. It has other resources. It's been working in conjunction with regional partners through the Community Resource Center that's located in Monmouth. And so the money that funds a lot of those is coming from the state and from the federal government. So the county maintains a working relationship with those individuals.
Okay, question number 4. What plans are in place to address traffic safety on highways 22 and 51?
So I know that there's a lot of work that Polk County has been doing with ODOT for that. The specific plans, I have not been involved at all in looking at those. I've seen some overviews of the potentials for roundabouts, but other than the short-term fix that's been put in place to change the left turn onto West 22, I haven't been in any meetings that involved that planning.
Okay, number 5. How would you rate the county's current financial status?
It's in good shape. Again, we always go back to the challenge of limited tax increase, so that the county is right on the verge, like a lot of the cities and taxing districts within the county. Again, there are going to be hard decisions have to be made in this current budget cycle. They're currently making them right now, to make sure that the funds stretch to get the basic services and needs met.
Okay, number 6. What plans exist for providing for the unhoused in Polk County?
Again, I haven't been part of any of the planning meetings, so I can't tell you what plans there are. I know that there are working on some. The challenge that the county is currently having is that most of the solutions are being decided by the cities, of which the county may have some influence, but it has no final say in what happens. I know that over the past few years, the services have improved for the homeless, but like I said, I haven't been in any of the planning meetings, so I don't know the specific plans.
Okay. Question number 7. What 2 land use laws do you consider most significant to Polk County development?
Which 2 land use laws? So the one where a lot of the land is in EFU, exclusive farm use, and how it's set up, there are specific parts within those that limit what can be done on it. So some of the economic development pieces that could be done on EFU land, depending on the size of it, are really restricted. And so I would like to see maybe some of that change. And then I'm not sure what other land use pieces there to talk about.
Okay. Question number 8. Project 10 years into the future. What is next for Polk County?
Well, one of the things that I've talked with, and it was years ago that I actually started talking about it, is as Polk County is facing issues of transportation. One is public transportation and trying to get public transportation out to the further reaches of the county, Falls City, Buena Vista, and further north to Xena and Buell, and to create economic development. The other is that there's been a lot of talk about a third river bridge and trying to get that transportation problem. But for those of us that live further west in Polk County, actually, we'd like a solution that didn't take us through Salem at all. So one of my long-term plans is to look at, could there be a loop that came through starting south in Benton County up through Polk County and then back out through Yamhill County to I-5, so that we actually could create a nice transportation corridor, but in that there would be a lot of economic development that would happen as a result of that. Now people say it would be really expensive, but when you consider what the challenge of a third river bridge is, then you look at, it really wouldn't be, I mean, both are astronomical, but one would bring a lot more economic development than just a third river bridge.
We now invite Steve to share your closing remarks and your public contact information. You have 2 minutes in which to choose how you respond.
All right, again, I'm Steve Milligan, and I'm running for Polk County Commissioner, Position 3. My contact information is phone number 503 269-1373. And email, I can be reached at milligansv@gmail.com. Again, I'm running primarily to bring the issue to the forefront of, as elected officials, we swear an oath to uphold the laws and the Constitution of the state of Oregon. Currently, we have the leadership in the county who is not doing that, and it's just a shame that our elected officials have to be forced to do that by a lawsuit and by continued court actions. And so I'm there to try and bring back the legal and ethical responsibility and duties of the Polk County Commissioner. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Steve Milligan, for our interview today and sharing your thoughts. Thanks to Capital Community Media for their production and technology skills, to our community groups that provided questions and topics, and to you, the public, for watching this program in order to become an informed voter. You have until April 28th to register to vote or make changes in your registration. Watch for your ballot in your mailbox beginning on April 29. Remember to vote, and vote early before May 19th, especially if you are mailing in your ballot. For more local, state, and national voter election information on candidates and ballot measures, visit vote411.org after April 15th, when data is posted. Elections matter. Remember to vote, because your vote counts.